So this is a grave, and we're about 1.5 meters below the surface when we first saw the main shape of the grave. And as I say, we've got this nice red clay here, and then there was sort of a brown mixed soil in a nice oblong shape, which was quite easy to spot it when we finally got to it. And so then we've removed the soil to come down inside the grave. So this is one side, this is the other side of the grave. And as we got to the bottom, we started to find all of these artifacts. Oh, it's fantastic! It's absolutely fantastic. When we first came here, we just, again, I had really no idea what we were going to find, but I knew there was an empty area. That we just didn't know anything about this area, particularly Savannah-Kep province, archaeologically, and it's fantastic. So what we do is we excavate generally about 10 centimetres at a time. We clean the top of the ground, scrape it, so we can see the different colours and textures of soil, and we look for differences. So then trying to imagine through the soil where the different features come in. Yeah. There's probably sometimes there's more imagination than science, or you have to imagine. If you want to be scientific, you say you're building hypotheses. Or else you're just imagining things and trying to see if you can find them. You've got to look at the soil and think, okay, I can see something here. Now, what is it likely to be? Should I dig over there or dig over here, or in order to find the rest of that, whatever that thing is.
So it's supposed to be creative in a way, it's not so much...
That's totally creative. Yes, yeah. There's a bit of science. There's a lot of science, and there's a lot of arts as well. A lot of art to it as well. Yeah. Well, I'm never quite sure. I think partly we see all our wonderful chemicals and other things here. I think I failed chemistry twice at university. And so I actually went initially for the zoology degree, I think, and I enjoyed that. But and then somewhere through my university career, I did a first-year archaeology subject, and just found it fascinating. Well, I mean, one of the reasons why it's so interesting here is because the LXML is a copper mine and also gold, and copper is what you need for bronze. Bronze is what you use for the Bronze Age. So that means that when these guys come there, they're looking all across Laos for a good place to find copper, and they weren't the first people to find it. It's one of the biggest graves, or the most it's got the most stuff in it. So that suggests that it's a reasonably wealthy person or an important person in the community, or at least when they were buried, the people who buried them wanted to make them look that way, or her. We work every year with a number of local people from local villages, and also from the local government office as well. And it's fascinating. People really, I think it's great that they really get a sort of bit of an understanding of how long people have been here, and I think a bit of a sense of this, that there really is a rich history here. Yeah, that's the great. I mean, doing archaeology, being able to do archaeology is fantastic. It's just the best fun, because what you're finding, you're going to a place, you're digging up some soil, and you're finding things, and whether it's stone walls or a stone chimney from a gold miner 100 years ago in New Zealand or Australia, or whether it's these furnaces and crucibles from 2,000 years ago here. This is something that somebody did, they made, they thought about, they spent time here at this place, and these are the things that were left behind. And these are people who, in most cases, there isn't any written history, and so this is this way to sort of get back in time and touch things and see things that no one's seen for whatever time period it is. And it's something that a person in the past did, which is cool. It's just unknown. It's totally unknown. No one knew that there was a copper mining site here from 2,000 years ago before we started work here, and now that's just a completely new spot on the map of world prehistory, world archaeology.